The virtue signaling platform Vice strikes again. They are attacking the rich. They want to see the rich go poor. They want to see the poor with more money. But what I think is that they're doing that I find problematic is they're kind of fueling, people to hate rich people. Before I address my thoughts in depth, I just want to look at some of these, articles that they have. 5% tax on billionaires would lift 2 billion people out of poverty. There's another one. Elon Musk just broke the record of world's biggest loser. And this is in regards to him losing, was it 200 million? Where's another one? Science, rich people simply don't care. And this article just goes to researchers at UC Berkeley asked people to spend time comparing themselves financially to others. I think they did a study and it kind of showed that, I just want to summarize this thing. This study, in conclusion, selfishness could make you rich, but also less likely to give an F about others. So this article just I think they did an experiment, and people who are richer, they were greedy is how they're putting it. You know what? Let me read this thing. Researchers at USC Berkeley asked people to spend time comparing themselves financially to others. They then told them to take as much candy as they wanted from a jar, with any leftovers given to children. Those who spent time thinking about how much better off they were ended up taking significantly more candy for themselves, leaving less behind for kids, which is cruel. Are journalists supposed to impose, their virtue signaling on the audience? Like, this is cruel. They took candy from kids. So why does money make us less compassionate? Money makes us less compassionate? Researchers think it may be the sense of freedom and independence that comes with wealth. They say the less we have to rely on others, the less we may care about their feelings. Greed also plays a factor. Upper class people are more likely to support the idea that greed is good. Greed, affecting their likelihood of engaging in unethical behavior, aka rich people don't care. Wow. In conclusion, selfishness could make you rich, but also less likely to give an F about others, which probably explains why there are so many multi-billionaires refusing to save the world. Oh my God. And why rich people you wouldn't think could ever get along, like Ellen DeGeneres and George W. Bush do. Rich people love hanging with each other, with other rich people. Where's the other one? There's another one that was so ridiculous. Here's another one. Confirmed men with sports cars men with sports cars worry about their penis size. So all of this is just attacking the rich. It is evil to be rich. It is evil and greedy to have money. This narrative is extremely problematic. This narrative is why rich people get rich and poor people get poor. This narrative is why there's a growing gap between the rich and the poor. This idea of fueling anger between the rich and the poor, and not only virtue signaling, but also encouraging hatred towards rich people. And the funny thing about all of this, to me, the ironic thing about all of this is, most of the billionaires on the billionaire list, they didn't inherit that money. They built businesses. And people don't, I think it's in part, people don't understand what it takes to build a business, let alone the most successful business in the world. I think Elon Musk once referred to building a business like chewing glass and staring into the abyss. So this is some really difficult life-changing stuff that it takes to build not just any business, a successful, even just building a business, even just getting people to buy your one product. It is extremely difficult to do that, let alone building out these mega multi-billion-dollar companies. Is extremely difficult to do that. And what I think, it's always the people that are mediocre. It's always the people that don't have any real contribution to society, but to whinge and complain, that all of a sudden they want to, bash exceptional people for sacrificing their life, their livelihood, and everything to build businesses to make everybody's life simpler. Because when it comes down to it, everyone that feels that rich people should not have money, just look at it this way. Without inventors, without trailblazing entrepreneurs, we would not be living in the cushy comfort that we're living in right now. Entrepreneurship is about solving people's problems and making life more convenient. Now let's wipe away all the inventions in the last few hundred years, right? The light bulb that gives you light in your house, as opposed to a candle lamp or kerosene lamp that is also cancerous, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but could burn your house down. The light bulb, the camera, the iPhone that you're using to type these ridiculous articles, the Instagram account that you're using to broadcast these ridiculous ideologies, all invented by exceptional individuals that without them, this stuff would not exist. Your convenience would not exist. You being able to walk over to a grocery store and pick up food conveniently and cook it in your house, or even go to a restaurant, pick up some food, somebody cooks it for you. You having that convenience, as opposed to being a hunter-gatherer in the wild, catching every meal, which is what your ancestors were doing before the convenience was awarded to them. Because at the end of the day, what people fail to realize is you actually do have an option. You have a choice. You don't have to participate in this convenient world that we live in. It's expensive. I get it. Why don't you move over to the bush and go and hunt for your food and build a house? What's primitive living on YouTube? I love those channels where they build houses. Why don't you go and do all of that? And let's see how convenient and easy your life is. The way that I see this, these are spoiled brats. You never had to work to build anything substantial to that was game changing in society. You've never solved mass populations of people's problems. So you really don't know what it takes to do any of that. You have the convenience of getting food whenever you want. And yeah, some people are homeless. Some people don't have access to food, but it's their mindset, because you could, you don't have to go to the grocery store. You don't have to live in an apartment. You could go into the wild. And you wouldn't have to pay any rent, right? You might die. You might get attacked by an animal, but that's what your ancestors were doing. That's what happens when we don't have inventions by exceptional people. You have those options, but you choose to live in a convenient world. And instead of contributing to that convenient world in some epic way, no, you want to complain and whinge about the exceptional humans that did game-changing things that have made your life more convenient. That to me sounds like a spoilt brat. And it's always people that are the most lackluster, most unaccomplished, most undriven. And I'm not trying to bash everybody and say and just wipe a brush and complain about a group of people. But the mindset for me, it comes from a spoilt brat. And I'm not even going to call it a spoilt rich kid. It's a spoilt brat, because you've been handed, the convenience of the modern world, and you don't know what it looks like to actually have to hunt and get your food, because hey, we've built some genius spent their life, their blood, sweat, and tears creating inventions to make your life more convenient, but all of a sudden you want them to sacrifice all the blood, sweat, and tears that they put into that and let you take all of their money For doing what? Sitting down and being cushy and doing nothing? When you really think about it, the way that this plays out, what would happen if we didn't pay entrepreneurs, if we didn't pay exceptional people extra money for their abilities to be exceptional? What motivation would there be in society to build? And what would that mean in society? It would be a decline. And you would be forced to go back into hunter-gatherer mode and hunt for your meals. So, it's like when I see people complaining about Dr. Fauci and all the people that were involved in 2020, I'm not going to say the word, the word 2020, what happened there. All the people that saved millions, even billions of lives around the world, creating, medicine. I'm using specific words, you know what I'm talking about. Using medicine and all this stuff to do game-changing things to save billions of lives around the world. Them getting compensated handsomely, people had a problem with it, as if those people didn't give their blood, sweat, and tears, their whole lives, just completely, and Dr. Fauci was, a senior citizen at the time, he still is, gave up his whole life to save billions of lives, because it's not just the millions, hundreds of millions in America that he was saving. He was saving people in Africa. People all over the world were tuning into his YouTube, to his messages, and learning from him. The vaccines, I said the word, all the stuff that they did within a 1 year span to get the world back to normal. The sacrifices that they made, the blood, sweat, and tears that they put into it. And people want to complain about him being financially compensated, not even a fraction of what was deserved for what his contribution, for the lives that he saved. I will never understand these types of people. This is a spoiled brat mentality. A brat, and it's not the spoiled brat of being rich, but it's a privilege because you get the convenience of living in the world crafted conveniently for you by entrepreneurs who sacrifice their blood, sweat, and tears to build out for you. But you want to come online, you want to whinge, you want to say, oh, they should save everyone's life, they should give me all their money. And you don't even understand how business works because you think Jeff Bezos has $100 billion in his account in cash. No, that's not how it works. He doesn't even know. His worth is whatever his worth. It's based on the valuation of his company. So that's not a real number. That is an imaginative number, and people get imaginative with valuations. It's an estimation that if he sold all his assets, this is what his company would be worth. And at the end of the day, that's a if. It's not that is the valuation. It's not a real number. So thinking that he owes the world all of his money after he gave his blood, sweat, and tears, what is the point of even being ambitious if you're going to work your ass off for the world and do game-changing things against all odds, do the impossible and accomplish it if you don't even get rewarded for it? Because some people, and I'm not even dragging societies that have really, in some societies it's just completely impossible to, for any kind of upward mobility. And the poverty that people see in America, they don't even know what poverty looks like. Apart from the people that have to live in winter and be homeless, that's a different kind of poverty. But anyone aside from that, being poor in America is a privilege compared to the rest of the world. Just go to Africa and see what real poverty looks like. You'll stop whinging. You have running water in your house. You have 24/7 electricity. Maybe you haven't paid your bills to get electricity, but you could go down the street and there's going to be light. You have straight roads, some maybe a little bit bumpy, and some, DC, we have some potholes, but a pothole is all you're complaining about. You see what a pothole looks like in Nigeria. Google it right now. It's not even a street. The whole thing is a mess. So, and Vice is a Western publication. That's why I'm coming for Vice. All these ridiculous ideologies because in a time of recession, trying to fuel the poor or the middle class, the poor and the middle class against the rich is the worst ideology, against people who have sacrificed their blood, sweat, and tears to build something to make your life convenient. Do you know how many people Jeff Bezos has made billionaires? Do you know how many people do Amazon FBA on YouTube? Tell you to do Amazon FBA. They're making billions of dollars because of Jeff Bezos, because they have an Amazon store. Do you know how many people do affiliate marketing and are making millions of dollars because of Jeff Bezos? Do you know how many people Jeff Bezos employs? Do you know how many people this one man has made extremely rich? Then Elon. Do you know how many people are using PayPal to make money? That's just one company of his that he's done exceptional things for. These two people are responsible for making millions of people rich, not thousands, not thousands, millions of people either rich or comfortable. And then probably a bigger population of people they have made be able to eat. And people want to come online and talk nonsense. It's just absolutely absurd, ridiculous, and people have to stop with this victim mentality. This channel, University of Making Money, it's all about making money. It's all about making money. And one of the biggest curses in your mindset, if you want to stay poor, that mindset that the rich are evil and the root of the love of money is the root of all evil. That kind of mindset is what keeps you poor. That's a poor person's mentality. And it's so funny to me because when I look at Vice, the owner of Vice is rich. So allowing your team release this type of information, and it's funny, like why don't they tell Vice CEO to donate all his money to charity so that their publication won't exist? Why don't you do that? Right? Why it's low-hanging fruit. Why go for Jeff Bezos? Look at your company, ask your CEO to donate all his money and see if you still have a job. It's like they don't understand commerce. They don't understand how the world works. They don't understand how business fuels the world. It's it's irritating to see the stuff. But let's stop with the poverty mindset. Let's remove that idea that the love of money is the root of all evil. It's not. Money is a tool. You can love money. Money can bring you happiness because money gives you freedom, right? And freedom to build happiness. Right? Money does not equal happiness, but it's a tool that can bring you happiness. And this whole idea that I'd rather be, crying in a Rolls Royce than crying on the street. Why do you have to have such extreme, why do you have to be sad? Of course you can be sad rich and you can be sad poor. Why do I want to focus on being sad? How about I want to be happy? I'd rather just be happy, and then I'd also rather have money because it just enhances my happiness, because now not only am I excited and happy, I can use my money to enhance it and travel wherever I want to go to any restaurant I want to go, and continue that way. So let's let go of this curse, this poverty mindset that says the love of money is the root of all evil. Let's stop hating billionaires who have risked their whole lives, who have given their blood, sweat, and tears to provide us convenience. Let's stop complaining about them. The people that built the house that you live in, the shelter that you think that was easy. Think it was easy to build the house? Have you ever built a house? Go watch Primitive Living on YouTube right now and see what it takes to build a house. How about you do that and stop complaining? And that's all I have to say. That was my little rant here. But, it needs to stop. It's irritating. It's just so... Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, all the above. And guys, check out my new company. It's an AI chatbot, Ray the AI. Ray the AI. She's a new chatbot. Just like ChatGPT, she's powered by ChatGPT, and she'll do everything for you. Ask her to write emails for you. Ask her how to get rich. Ask her from financial literacy questions. She can do it in seconds. So Google is obsolete already. You can use Ray Messenger right now on Instagram, on WhatsApp, on Facebook Messenger. Go check her out. Website Ray the AI. Ray the AI. That's RAETHE AI. Or on Instagram, also Ray the AI. At RAETHE AI. And I post, AI news. We're reposting AI news consistently. It's like a theme page. go check it out. Some exciting stuff that's going on with Ray the AI. Go check her out, and let's stay rich. Let's have that rich mindset. Let's stop whinging and complaining when you see rich people, and instead, let's learn from them and build businesses to solve people's problems. You know, the bigger the problem that you solve, the more money that you're able to make. That's just how it works. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. A peace.